In this video, we're going to go over how to customize and design your social media icons and search element on the header and footer of your homepage. So to begin, you'll want to log into your website. And so from the dashboard view here, the easiest way to get to the design options where we'll be doing most of the work here is to hover over the Snow Dashboard button in the upper left corner that appears when you are logged in and go to Design Options. A quick reminder that the ability to edit these design options is only available for administrator level users on your website. So today we're going to primarily be focusing on social media and the search. So we'll start with our social media icons tab here. You can ignore this left column. Those are some older design tools that are no longer being used. So most of our design work is going to occur in the site designer, and we will get to that in just a few moments. However, the first thing you want to do is make sure that all of these social media icons that you would like to appear when social media is being displayed on your homepage are present and linking to the correct website. So to do that, you see we have all of the different social media platforms available in this middle column: Facebook, Blue Sky, Threads, etc., all the way down, and those are clearly labeled. So if your site uses one of those social media platforms, just make sure to enter the URL that links to, in this case, your site's Facebook account. When you do that, that will cause that Facebook account, that Facebook icon on your homepage, to link to the appropriate page when people click on it. So if you wanted to add an account that's not currently being used, let's say I wanted our Twitter account here, Snow or X account, whatever we're calling it here, to go to the appropriate page, we would make sure to put that URL in there. And then if we save our design options and refresh, now we see that we have the X icon there. And if we click it, it goes to the right page there. On the flip side, if as you look at those icons, maybe you're seeing one that you don't use anymore or have decided to abandon for the coming school year, so you no longer want that icon on there. I'm sure you put this together at this point, but all you have to do is delete that URL, save your design options. I don't think I've said that yet, but nothing takes effect on the design options page until you click that button. So always make sure to click that once you are finished working. But now that we've deleted that URL, if we refresh the page, that Twitter icon is no longer there. So that is how you can add or remove the majority of those social media icons. Do be aware that if a new social media becomes popular, as soon as it is available on the greater WordPress in the greater WordPress universe, we will make sure to add a field where you can put that into your site in this middle column. Generally, that takes a week or two. So just heads up on that in case there's a new social media that pops up in the near future. The other thing that's available in the middle column here is at the very bottom is the ability to hide or show the RSS feed icon. So if you deselect that box, that again is located at the very bottom of that middle column, and then refresh your page, you will see an RSS icon that appears there. If you are familiar with RSS or have somebody in your school community that's asking about that, this is how you can access that icon. If, as I'm talking about this, you have no idea what RSS refers to and nobody's asking you about it, you probably just don't want that icon there. And so to hide it, just select that box and that will remove the RSS icon, leaving you with just the social media icons that you would like to have there. One more thing on the social media icons tab, and that is this ability to add or remove custom icons. And so sometimes people want to also have a link to their school's homepage or a link where people can click to sign up for their email newsletter via an icon like this. So that can be done in this custom icons and links column on the right. So I'm just going to add a label and add a link to the Snow corporate site. And so then we put the link, the URL that we want that icon to go to, similar to what we would do in the middle column there. If you want it to have a specific color, if you're displaying individual colors on those icons, like the Facebook blue or the Instagram pink, this is where you would apply that color. So I'll go ahead and use kind of a light blue, give us a wintry feel. And then you have to select the icon that you want to use. There are a wide variety available, and you can view the list from this link that is in the blue box at the top of the right column here. That'll open up the Font Awesome page. That's just the tools that are used here to generate these logos and pull them into our sites. So if I search for snow here, I do want to apply the free filter, so I'm not going to be disappointed by selecting a pro icon that needs to be paid for. So make sure you filter by free icons, then you will see what is available here. So I'll just say I want to use this snowflake here. I can click this code that will copy that onto my keyboard or my clipboard, take it back to my design options page, and then paste that code in there. Final step, I just want to delete everything on either side of and including the quotation marks from that code I copied. So you end up with just this FA, font awesome, solid, line, etc. And then FA dash, generally it's whatever icon you're going to use. So if I save that, now I will have that custom icon there. And if I click it, it takes me to that URL I have directed it to. So that is how you can add custom icons in addition to all of your social media options there. Now let's get into how to design those. And that's going to be done in the Site Designer tab here on Design Options. So I want to make sure that I'm editing right now what I'm viewing in the header or the top of my site. Everything I'm going to show you here is also going to apply to how you would add these social media or search elements in your footer. You would just do that here at the bottom, but and the bottom of your site is kind of what appears down here. But for this video, I'm just going to mainly focus on the header, but the footer tools work the exact same way. If you have the social media or search elements and just want to edit the current look of those, all you have to do is go to the Site Designer, hover over that element, and click this gear icon on the left. That will show you the different settings here. So on the social media icons, for example, I can set those to be full color. Again, each individual color there rather than a single color. If I select monochromatic and plug in a specific color there, that's when we get all those icons to kind of match that single color look. So a couple different options that you can utilize there. I can adjust the alignment, the margins, the corner radius. So I'm going for a more circular look for anything on my site. The higher that corner radius is, the more circular the element will be. And I can increase or decrease the size of my icons here. Generally, just make sure your height and width match, as those are square icons. So as I made those couple of changes, if I save those, we will see that reflected on here. Now it's more circular. They're single color unless I hover over them, in which case then they become that monochromatic color I selected. So you have a lot of control with the design options there. With your search tool, if I click on that search icon, I can make some adjustments here, like the background color and then the icon color. And I can also change that here, what it looks like when people hover over it. And then the bottom portion here allows you to control what the search bar looks like when people click on that search icon. So plenty that you can customize there as well. And in addition, you can increase or decrease the size of that icon here. So if I wanted it to be 40 here, because I remember I made my social media icons 40 in size to just get a nice symmetrical sizing style going on, I can change that. And I think that was a pretty minor update there. 6 pixels is not very big. And similar to the social media, if I want those to be rounded, I can increase that corner radius. And if I do that, we should have a really circular looking icon there. So those are some of the settings you can do for that search icon. If you don't have any of these elements on here, you could remove an existing element. If you've got one maybe that says spacer, that's just not displaying anything, you can delete any of these elements by hovering over them and clicking that X icon, and that will remove it. You'll notice if I remove a search element, I get this red box up here that says, hey, you don't have a search bar or search icon, because we strongly recommend having one of those two elements available in the header, just as a nice reader service so your readers can click it and search for content on your site. To add that, once you've deleted the element that you're getting rid of, you can press this button here to add content. It's also possible to add a row down here and rearrange the rows. I'm not going to go too much into that because we have a whole other video on how to use this site designer in greater detail. So here I'm just going to add content and just replace that search icon with a search bar, just so you can see some of the settings here. This is a more traditional search bar, kind of like we saw when we clicked on that icon, but here I can adjust the colors, the font size, some padding, and the alignment, and then which font is going to be used in here. So once I get all those customized, I can save that, and it will replace that icon with a search bar that my readers can use. So that is how I can adjust, edit, add those different elements to my header. Again, the footer down at the bottom is going to work the exact same way, and how I can direct those social media icons to the appropriate page. So if you have any questions on how to do this or are running into any issues, please go ahead and send us a support ticket. You can do that right from your landing page when you log into the site from the dashboard view here. Otherwise, thank you for watching this video, and thank you for using Snowsites.